Alright, so quick update on the tank. It's basically growing, although now I've got a couple of issues. And people on Reef to Reef, you guys have been helping me out, so thank you for that. Fox Flame Colony. Let me see if I can pull that guy up. So, it's on this side. So on this area here, I think he's kind of like, it's doing okay. I feel like it may be encrusting a little bit on this glued side. So the advice to split the colony up helped, because now I have two of these colonies. Let's go around the other side here. So we've split these two colonies up. You saw that on the thread. And the base area that was receding is down here. And you can kind of see it here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. And this area, I don't think it's receded more, but I'll take a photo and have to compare it to pictures that I've referenced in the Reef to Reef blog for this colony fix. I was originally going to dose Cipro through the entire tank, but I don't know, I don't want to do that. And then, of course, ended up with my fox face getting that infected wound, which she's being treated now in that hospital tank. But I feel like the colony is actually doing okay, which leads me to think that it was the phosphate jump that I got in the ICP test, which may have been caused by a bunch of these cleanup crew critters that I got. And I think some of them died or were eaten by my wrasse. And decomposing critter bodies, well, that pretty much ended up spiking the phosphate up to 3.2, I think, actually, was when I measured it. And that's kind of what I got back on the ICP, which was close to that measurement. So I've been dropping it down using lanthanum chloride, and that's got it down to, right now, about 2.1 or less, actually. I'll have to double check, but it's at that 2 range between 1.5 and 2, which is totally okay for me because I think my nitrates are about 15. So if PO4 is at 1.5 and 3, nitrates between 10 and 15, I think are okay. Well, at least they're okay for this tank. So yeah. So anyways, but this foxface colony is doing quite good. And when I broke it up, I actually raised this one higher, so he's closer to the light. So now he's about, well, he's probably only about 5 inches from the surface, but it seems to have responded nicely. So my Ghani, the Amazeballs Ghani, is still hanging in there, is doing good. I need to, I've been dosing manganese in there, so kind of keep my manganese levels on point. So that seems to be doing okay. So you can kind of see he's not, I don't know, like that. Some people have them really long and flowy. I don't know if I've seen Amazeballs that way, but his colors are nice and it looks healthy to me. Now the flame tip Ghani, wow, it's weird that the phone does that. It's healthy. Again, it's not extending like a lot. I mean, it's probably because the clowns host it, but it's encrusted a lot around this rock. So I think it's doing pretty good. Again, he's probably responding well to the trace elements, and maybe he liked it a little bit, the water a little bit dirty with the extreme PO4, so I don't know. So I can't sell these torches. I feel like nobody wants to buy a colony. Either they're too expensive, but these Dragon Soul torches I put up there for pretty cheap, I think. Like this guy in the front, I mean, it's at least, I don't know how many heads that is. That's like 8 heads. Is that right? 8 heads, maybe? I don't know. That might be 8 heads. I'm not really sure, but it's a lot of heads. I'll have to count it. I had them up there for like $200, which I thought was a deal compared to, like, I saw sales from Unique Coral and other places where like one head is like $60 on sale. Like this guy, which was here, is 2 heads. See, I got 2 heads there split. And I'm selling that for like 40 bucks. And I got nobody biting. So I was doing like 35 a head. Oh, here's a piece of flamed, fox flame that's not doing well. A piece of the stylo I was trying to trim back. He's gotten like eaten up by the torches, so you can see some death there. I had to cut that off. So some SPS has been doing good. This thing broke off from the other side, so I think I'm gonna try to mount this green guy underneath this lip here so that it kind of has a green shelf, but I might actually cut it right down this line here and then move that chunk over there. So it's kind of a mix of red and green, and we'll kind of see what happens because I got purple down here, so I thought that might look kind of cool. But overall, the SPS is doing pretty good. I got to figure out what this guy is because he's like untouchable. He's massive right now. This guy, I think it's the, I thought that was a Pink Floyd, but I don't think it is. There's this green smooth skin. I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. This is some version of dragon style of, I'm so bad with the scientific names and the marketing names, so that kind of makes me useless. All I know is that guy right there is an Oregon tort. I believe right there is yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Now, I know that's a Pikachu of some kind. And I know that guy is whatever this guy is there. So anyways, I don't know. The SPS is doing pretty good. Let's see if I can move this around. So I got this whole side of the tank there full of SPS, and they seem to be doing okay. This side is pretty much all Dragon Soul torches. I mean, literally. The only thing is this New York Nicks right here in the very top. But look at this. This is massive. It's just like, it's horrible. Like, it's gone to a plague level because I can't get anybody to pick them up. I've only sold 2 or 3 colonies to a couple of people. I do need to, this guy, this poor gold hammer down here, and then this hologram hammer, they're just getting beat up by the flow, so I gotta move them. I think I'll do that today. I don't know what that thing was, died. It's like a little cyana right there. A little bit, not really sure. The flow is so strong that it's like, it always gets on this screen now. It's like, I get a lot of salt creep, so that's not good. Worst is that you get water, and look at that, you got some, like, look at this algae growth underneath. So I gotta take these lids off and clean them. Let's see. Okay, got enough water in there for the Kalkwasser. Speaking of Kalkwasser, I had to replace this. I replaced the base and the acrylic tube. I got to replace them a Vast Marine. For whatever reason, even the other one was brand new, 2 years, I guess now, it started leaking at the seams. So that wasn't good. Got a replacement. So that was annoying. Let me see what else. Everything else is kind of the same. Dosing still the Kalkwasser and sodium hydroxide and calcium, pretty much calcium and hydroxide at a kind of 1-to-1 ratio. And then trace elements via the Red Sea color system and individual dosing of elements with those fauna marine things. Now, I'm going to change all that, though, because I don't think I like it. It's too much to maintain. Like, first I got to watch all the levels of every element, and it's very tedious because, honestly, one of the things I don't understand is if I make a correction, say for fluoride, and Fauna Marin suggests go ahead and correct over 2 or 3 days, does that mean for after those 3 days, my levels are back up and then the depletion rate is going to drop? I mean, I'm assuming it's going to drop. And then I have to do an ICP 1 month to 2 months out, right? So if I do 1 month, I'm going to be closer to what it should be. If I do 2 months, I'm going to be dropping further. So what I've been doing is breaking up that 3 days over weeks and doing a little bit every Wednesday and Sunday evening. And I think that's kind of leveled up my trace element readings a little bit, but it hasn't spiked them, like it hasn't corrected them to wherever Fauna Marine wants them to go. So I've been doing some reading, and I'm looking at the balling method, which is using sodium hydroxide with trace A and calcium chloride with trace K from Tropic Marin, and then doing a third balling method using aquaphorus mineral salt, but adding my magnesium to that mix. So basically having a 3-part and doing all 3 of those in equal parts. And that should give me all my trace elements. The thing is though, I think you want to start that method when you have all the trace elements kind of at the target you want them to be at, which is kind of weird. Either that or I do water changes, but man, it's a pain in the butt to do water change in this thing. Even though I did tie, I know some guys saw this, but I've tied this to an outside drain so I can drain about 10 gallons. But that's not really a full water change. It's not 30% of this. So yeah, I don't know. Thinking about doing that change to that 3-part balling. That might be the way to go. It's just, I'm trying to figure out if it's more expensive. I think it's more expensive. Now that I'm talking out loud. It might be cheaper doing the DIY elements, but then again, I don't know the concentration levels. I have to do multiple ICPs and see what the trend line is. In terms of fish stock, so fish are healthy. They've gotten too big. Again, my fox face is not in here, and so she's in a hospital tank here, and she's been here for now 10 days. I had her on Canaplex to fix this wound that she had on her. It's healing now. The Canaplex didn't work. I had to switch over to, well, once I finished the Canaplex treatment, which you don't want to stop that, right? Go through the whole full treatment. I started Neoplex a day after I stripped out the Canaplex with the large water change and carbon. And that's really helping. So I need to get her back up and healthy so I can put her back in the other tank. Now, if I put her back in here, these fish have gotten so big, so what I need to do is actually trim back this Milka Stylo. I need to trim back this Monty so there's a nice, clear, wide enough gap that she can swim this way. And then I really need to clean up these corals right here because they're spiky, right? So that's not good. And then my plan is before I swap her out, I'm gonna take out the hippo tang here. She's gotten too big for this tank, so she needs to be rehomed. So what I'm gonna do is use that other tank that we just saw that the fox face was in, put her in that tank and put the fox face back in here, and then rehome her. And then after that, take out the wrasse, unfortunately, which I love this wrasse. He's actually, what's up, bud? Yeah, we'll go for a walk in a second. Yeah, so take out the wrasse. He's been great though, but yeah, it's not fair to him. I think it's too small for him, and he's getting larger. So I need somebody that's got like a 400-gallon or a 200 to 400-gallon tank for that guy, and it's got to have sand. Which the couple of guys that I did talk to, they have larger tanks, but they don't have sand in those tanks. So yeah, that's the plan for that. Nutrients, man, I got algae. I got to clean this pump. I got a whole new cleanup crew that I got from Reef Cleaners. And it's like 3 pitho crabs, a ton of these guys. I can't tell if he's alive. He might be alive. I think he moved. But a bunch of these conches. So they're doing their thing to clean up the sand bed. It's gotten a lot better. But I was hoping pitho crabs and some of these Astrea snails will clean up the algae in here, which they have kind of, but they're still not touching the really long stuff, which you can see in the back there. Like there's some, anyway, I don't think the camera can pick it up, but that's got to be cleaned. I'm trying to think what else is here. I'm just swooping around here. It's not really cool. This guy has gotten bigger. This is a slime ball or slimer. My fox face usually keeps this guy in check, but since fox face has been out for a week, it's starting to sprout up a bunch of stalks. So that's kind of an issue. I kind of like the fox face actually eating that coral. This guy's on the floor. Yeah. Oh, look out. And they're all mounted too, man. I'm still really irritated. I can't sell these. Yeah, anyways. Got to clean these. Look how dirty that is. So I got to clean this. I got to clean the pumps. Take my dog out for a walk. And somehow frag some more stuff. I was cleaning the glass before I started recording, so that's kind of what I've been doing. Copper band's doing good. All the fish are great. Just too big. The fish are too big for this tank.